more than 20 bikes have crossed into Niger State from Zamfara State. I mean, they have entered Niger State from Zamfara State. Today's date is the 18th of January 2026. Nigerians, please tell somebody to tell somebody. If you're a driver, please and please. Kotongora, avoid it for now. You see that Rijau highway, please avoid it. More than 20 bikes, they have crossed in from Zamfara State to Niger State. Please tell your brother to avoid Kotongora. Avoid it for now. Rijau highway, avoid it. Please and please share this message. Share the message. Today's date is the 18th of January 2026. Time that I'm making this video is 8:46. Please tell your neighbor that bandits on more than 20 bikes have crossed into Niger State from Zamfara State right now. You know the story. If they hide them and they bring them out. Please and please, Nigerians, I beg you on my knees, tell your family member to avoid Kotongora right now. They have crossed into Niger State. Avoid Rijau highway. If you are driving, please avoid it. Nigerians, please, I don't care what the security agencies will do to me or this thing. I'm just here to save your lives. Let them be after me. I don't care. All I'm here for is your life. Please save life by sharing this message. Tell your people to avoid Kotongora. Tell them to avoid Kotongora. Rijau highway for now. Bandits are on the move. Bandits are on the loose. They are on the loose. Please and please, God bless your heart. If they hide them, the English Alhaji, they bring them out. This morning is that bandits have reached Tonga Sara town in Niger State. Remember yesterday being the 18th of January 2026, I told you guys that bandits have crossed into Niger State from Zamfara. You don't understand? From Zamfara. But right now, they have reached Tonga Sara town in Niger State. So that's Kotongora. That Kotongora Benin Yauri highway is a red zone. Red zone, guys. So be alert. You don't understand? And those villages around that Salka, please guys, be alert. Be at alert. These guys are, because even yesterday they stole chickens and every other thing to just to eat and just keep themselves like active. You know the story. So guys, information reaching me this morning. Today's date is the 19th of January 2026. Is that bandits have reached Tonga Sara town in Niger State. They crossed in yesterday from Zamfara State to Niger State. And this morning, so that's Kotongora Benin Yauri highway is a red zone. Travelers, please be advised. Please be advised. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Tell somebody, let's save life this morning. So villages around that Salka, be at alert. Be at alert, guys. Share this video so that many will see. Thank you and remain blessed. You know the story. Even they hide them, the English Alhaji, they bring them out. Are they active?
Do you know that the 2027 election is a defining moment for Nigeria? And it's most likely that it's not going to end well, because the only strategy Tinubu has is to rig the election, is to snatch it, grab it, and run away with it. That is the only way. Because, come on, you and I know that this by far is the most horrendous, ridiculously failed administration Nigeria has ever experienced. Unfortunately, we have a leader that is more attuned to power and megalomania than actually feeling or having a sense for the plight of the masses. Now, The question is not Tinubu rigging the election. The question is, you, lovers of Nigeria, what will you do? Are you going to vote in 2027 and then they will rig it and then you go back and say, now say they be? Or you are going to do something? Because I'm going to do something. I cannot sit back and watch people with unbridled profligacy robbing my future and trying to transfer the robbing of my future to my children. What I can't make in my lifetime, my children should make it. They cannot exchange the future of my children for their children, while my children have to read harder, show harder, yet won't get it. But there are children who spend time partying, smoking all sorts of things that
Welcome back. I want to have a conversation regarding some of the dimensions and the new developments in the United States around the Congress and the State Department about Nigeria. I have joining me a guest who is the president and founder of Save Nigeria Group USA, who was also a former Labour Party gubernatorial aspirant in 2023 in Edo State. I'd like to welcome back to Inside Sources, Mr. Stephen Osemwegwe. Stephen, good to see you again.
Thank you, Laulu. Thank you for being the warrior for truth, and your Inside Sources is making impact. Greetings to all Nigerians and friends around the world, believers of truth.
Good. And I dare say to you and all Nigerians, in the diaspora, Happy New Year. So
Happy New Year.
So let's get to it. Tell me, what are the new developments that has happened in the United States in your relationship with the government, both in the Congress and the State Department agencies about Nigeria? I've not spoken with you since the Christmas Day tomahawk bombings that the Americans launched in Nigeria, which many of us believe, is a good thing, to help us in the fight against terrorism. But since then, I understand that quite a few things has also happened in the U.S. government, especially with the submission of the report of the congressional delegation to Nigeria to President Trump. So, Mr. Stephen, please, can you bring us up to speed?
Thank you very much, Laulu, for the opportunity. So, for us in diaspora that has been advocating on the issue of the insurgency and the terror attacks in Nigeria, we always believe that Nigeria needed to partner with nations like the United States to help because of the capacity gaps that existed. But the good news since the last time we met was on Christmas Day, the United States put their money where their mouth is. It was no longer rhetoric, because before now people just said, President Trump was going to talk about this and they wouldn't do anything about it. But the two things happened on Christmas Day was that the United States took actions against ISIS affiliates in areas around Sokoto, and it was very, very effective. No civilian casualty was reported, but the terror camps were decimated. And that happened when these guys were staging to attack as usual on Christmas Day. But beyond that, the good news of that day was that the Nigerian government worked hand in hand with them. And that is what was always one of the priorities of the U.S. government, because they would like a local partner to work with. So I definitely commend the Nigerian leadership and the new Minister for Defense. The truth is that we are getting on-ground reports that the terrorists are beginning to feel the heat, that Minister Musa is doing a good job. So I want to shout out to what is going on. I met with Representative Riley Moore 3 days ago, and my first question to him was, what is his impression of what is happening in Nigeria? He said, Stevie, there's good news from Nigeria. Number one, Sunday Jackson has been released. That was my ask when I led the Codel to Nigeria. That showed that the Nigerian government has intention to begin to make changes. However, I saw people in Benue that gave me stories that impacted my life. And I told him, the truth is that many of the things that is going on in Nigeria has been going on for longer than now. But what he's saying is that he wants the United States to continue in that light of 25th December, to continue to fill the gaps where the Nigerian government needs the gap. I want to also announce that the report that he has been working on, he told me that next week is when he's going to brief President Trump about it, because they've been working hand in hand, but they want to give recommendations. And among the recommendations they want to give is on how to do capacity building and gap for the Nigerian government, but also on how to hold them accountable to measurable improvements. Because even though there was an initial, what I call the first salvo, the need is still very vast. Areas around the Northwest, the Middle Belt region, reprisal attacks have been reported. And I told him about this reprisal attack. He said they are watching. The truth is that what happened in the United States is that Nigeria now has been elevated at the U.S. Commission for International Religious Freedom. I was in a hearing on 13th, Tuesday, where Reverend Mrs. Rebecca Daly was there to talk about how she was also a victim of Boko Haram kidnapped. And some of the questions around that is that there's religious persecution around the world, but Nigeria is the deadliest place for Christians. The numbers of Nigeria is larger than the entire world combined. So Nigeria has been elevated, not just the fact that we have this Christian genocide conversation, but also because of the fact that it has gone on for so long. And we have estimated 11 million Nigerians in IDP camps. You know, some Nigerians do not know that in my home state of Edo, we have almost 5,000 IDPs from Borno State living there for over a decade. And in December, we went to give some relief materials to them. And they told us that some people do not even believe that these IDP camps exist. So some of the conversation is that we are asking the congressmen, beyond the kinetic engagement, how do we help our people in the camps? How do we help to make sure we rebuild these communities, hold the Nigerian government accountable to say, relocate these people safely back to their communities in order for Nigerians to be at home? Because Laolu, Nigerians are in northern Cameroon. Nigerians from Gwoza are in northern Cameroon, over 100,000. That is, you cannot say what is happening is not happening when you have actual millions of your people dispersed and you are not so-called at war. So some of the conversation we have with the Congress member is, yes, the military action needs to continue. What I call finishing the job. I was present on the second codel. There were 2 codels to Nigeria. Bill Helsinger of Michigan also led another codel. And I told him, sir, beyond the very necessary military action, what are we doing to hardening these communities that continuously get attacked in order for this thing not to occur? And the conversation was never around Christians alone, because I hear that conversation around, say Nigerian group is saying there's Christian genocide. But now you and I know that Christians are being targeted, but that does not mean that Muslims are not also being targeted. The point is that, like I said in that last time I was here, nobody should be targeted. Nigerians should be able to practice their faith in Kano, in Lagos, in Kwara, in Kogi, safely. So the fact that people want to throw in nuances like, is it only Christians? It's like somebody whose house is on fire and is calling for the fire service, and his neighbor will say, why are you crying? Is it only your house that is being burned? Christians have cried to Congress, and many of them are from the Middle Belt region. My own state of Edo, we have attacks from kidnappers, from alleged Fulani men, kidnapping ransom, and you saw what happened in Eboma. Edo Central closed all schools because of insecurity. So Edo State is also now at the front line, my home state. And some people are thinking this is a problem of the North. No.
I mean, excellent. Thank you for that very detailed and comprehensive report. You know, just for the benefit of our viewers, when he used the word CODEL, he meant to say a congressional delegation. That's what it means that members of the U.S. Congress have done a delegation, and they've done 2 to Nigeria, one led by Congressman Riley Moore and the other led by Congressman Bill Helsinger. Now, the question I want to ask you as we conclude quickly, Mr. Stephen, is first of all, should Nigerians expect the American government to maintain that military onslaught? We know that this past week, the Americans have donated some equipment. We understand that some of them are for monitoring, and intelligence devices, but beyond that, and beyond the support that we got from the Americans against the terrorists on Christmas Day, should we expect more of such military onslaught targeted against these transnational terrorists?
Absolutely. 2 things happened on Wednesday when I was meeting with the second cordial leader, Bill Helsinger of Michigan. We had a report that the Nigerian government had hired a Roger Stone-linked DCI lobby group for $9 million. And I just want to quickly say to the Nigerian government and all Nigerians, that money is a waste. It's flushed directly in the toilet. You know why? The leaders of the congressional leaders who asked the ear of President Trump said they are shocked that the Nigerian government, who they met in Abuja, meeting with Malam Nuhu Ribadu and others, that convinced them that they were taking this issue seriously, should not have been hiring lobbyists to come and help deny or change the narrative. Because the narrative is so clear. He said, how can you deny what we have seen ourselves? So they are saying that they know these lobbyists and all of them, and they have insisted on arrival, basically. So they just threw away $9 million. So when you talk about, is there going to be continuous military engagement, kinetic? I can break the news also to you that more are actually coming. The reason why they are taking their time is because some of this, of course, America is doing 24-hour surveillance, working with the Nigerian military. So now, what is happening is that the General Musa, the new Minister of Defense, is actually doing very, very valid targeting and bombing. People don't know that the Nigerian military has sold a new leaf. There's a new sheriff in town. And the U.S. government is now seeing some of the things they would want to do. The Nigerian government is working with them and doing these things. So what do we want the U.S. government to also supply to Nigeria is intelligence to help the Nigerian military do some of this targeting. And also, you mentioned some supplies. They told me that these are only the beginning. There is so much opportunity. Rallymo was very, very particular about this, Salaulu. Congressman Rallymo said this is an opportunity for Nigeria to build capacity. America is large. America can do a lot to help you. And what they are saying is that some good steps are being taken, but there's still a lot of denial. Stop the denial. Christians are being targeted. Muslims are being targeted. Let nobody be targeted. Now, seize this opportunity for having the attention of the United States and build capacity. You can get weaponry, you can get training, you can get targeting, and they are ready to do more. So to answer your question, yes, more targeting are coming, and it will be more massive.
Okay.
Thank you, Laolo.
Thank you so much. Just one more question on the issue of the lobbyists. Now, my view is that I agree with you and with some of the intelligence and the reaction that you got from U.S. Congress members that is a waste of resources, simply for the fact that we have not been able to put our ambassador in place in Washington, D.C. for over 2 years. And when the Minister for Foreign Affairs was trying to explain that incompetence away, he did say that, oh, well, there is no money. Now, it's not going to cost $9 million, to situate an ambassador in Washington, D.C. And this is one issue that I hold the Foreign Affairs Minister personally responsible for. The fact that he, being an ambassador himself, is sat pretty, there with the president, making the president comfortable with the very idea that for 2 years we will not have an ambassador. Now we have nominated ambassadors, but guess what? It's going to take time for those countries to get back, because they will take the list of those ambassadors, including the United States, and they will review it. They will do an investigation. So I don't even know how long that is going to take. So my point is that if you are also now telling us, Mr. Stephen, that based on your interaction with the congressmen last week, the reaction of those guys is that Nigeria is wasting resources with that $9 million paid for lobbyists, then I wanted to ask you that, who are those lobbyists? Do you have an idea who are they? Who are those lobbyists that we're talking about? Because normally, they ought to be people that are friendly to Congress people that are, known to State Department and White House. So did you get any sense who these who these lobbyists that we're going to be paying $9 million to, who they are?
Yes. To quickly touch on and agree with you in totality on the ambassadorship, we in America, we are very sad that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu felt that as important as the United States, we should not have an ambassador. It's not just the fact that U.S. is important, but Nigeria is in focus from the U.S. government. And Nigeria has no number one ambassador to liaise with the government. Do you know that ambassador would have done a better job with less money than hiring the question you asked, Roger Stone? That the DCI group is linked to Roger Stone. Those group has nothing to really do with the people that have, yes, he's really had a relationship with President Trump, but that was in the past. He's not in the current administration. The people that President Trump has designated to go on Nigeria is Rallymo and Tom Cole on our preparations committee. And Chris Smith, which you met last time you visited the US, is African Committee chairman. Ted Cruz is another senator that has a bill 2747 to sanction sponsors. This DCI group has nothing with these people at all. And these people have heard the news from us. The Nigerian government, I don't know why they don't know that we are here. I'm in Nigeria. Why have they not reached out to say, how can we help to make sure that while you are saying the truth, our country is also protected? The Nigerian government will leave people like us and other groups and go and be looking for Rogers, who have nothing to do. So what we are seeing is that they are wasting money, they are not getting good advice, they ignore Nigerians that are here. For whatever reason, I am not a politician right now, I'm not a member of any political party. My group is a non-profit, Save Nigeria group. My goal and our goal is to save Nigeria for all Nigerians. Why are the foreign ministers not reached out? And they are talking about meeting Roger Stone, and the money is actually a waste. We need an ambassador in US urgently. Thank you, Laulu.
Thank you so much, Mr. Stephen Osemwegwe, the president and founder of Save Nigeria Group in the United States. Thank you for.
Welcome, guys. Greetings to everyone. Please kindly double tap your screen device if you haven't already, or click on the three dots on the right hand corner to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done so. To those who have already liked, thank you very much. So here's another news coming in. The Northern Elders Forum rejects the decision of President Tinubu for prepositioning of the first Nigerian gold refinery in Lagos. I guess Arewa don't want their gold to be for all, but they want the oil of other people to be for all. Nigeria go divide last. There's no way. Look at the gold. Meanwhile, they are selling it to their fellow Muslim people in the Arab countries. Let's move on. I don't know. They said that CDS Musa is working. I don't know. I wish I would see pictures. I wish see, show us pictures. We want to see evidence. The way they lay out bodies of our Nigerian brothers and sisters in the Middle Belt, can they do the same? I don't know. Any state, he's been quoted to have stated that any state governor that negotiates with the bandits terrorists, the governor is a member of the terrorists. We will withdraw soldiers from the state, let the governor and the people continue their negotiations with bandit terrorists. This is what G. Musa said, though. That's what they say he said. Now, I saw this yesterday. High Chief Ame says, breaking, INEC fixes 2027 presidential and National Assembly election for February 20. February 20, 2027. I told you guys that these people are going to try to do magic. We have to pay attention. This is what, although it has not been confirmed, it hasn't been confirmed yet, right? So, but this, if High Chief Ame is saying it, High Chief Ame is not not be regular Jew. Do you understand? So, this is what they are proposing for February 20, 2027 for presidential and National Assembly election. You need to keep our eyes on that. I'm against it as well. Everything is not Lagos. No, I'm against it. Absolutely. I'm just speaking to the fact that, oh, so they want Lagos people not take the oil. The Lagos people not move all the oil companies to Lagos. What oil do they have in Lagos? Did they not move it? Not be the Niger Delta, the oil company is supposed to do. You understand? That's my point, though. Yeah. So, but I do hear you. Yes, they shouldn't move it to. Everything cannot be in Lagos. Exactly. No, I agree. On that one, I agree.
You are looking for poverty face to face. Don't go too far. Come to my country. See people where they risk their life. Hunger can make you forget your surname. So many people, hunger don't buy them for Nigeria. They don't buy completely. You go just there, you don't die. No more hospitals, no more nothing. Everything has gone baga. This is poverty headquarters. Look at people taking this kind of risk. Look at the risk. Look at what they are doing. Look. And some of us, if you cannot beat them, they join them. Making a continue. You are looking for poverty face to face. Don't.
Now, this is the Ugandan man, Bobby Wine, that won the election. He ran. Meanwhile, Museveni's son is threatening him. They are saying he's on Twitter saying that they have unalived 22 people so far, NUP members. They are looking for the 23rd one, that Bobby Wine should come if he's not afraid. God. Africa. Let's move on. I want us to listen to this.
I am a Mohammedan, and I have prejudices against Christians too in southern Nigeria.
So you said you have prejudices against Christians in southern Nigeria. Is that particularly because they are Christians? I'm a Christian myself, but I have no prejudice against Mohammedans. I rather prejudice against whites.
I often feel that.
Why?
You see, we in Nigeria, and our part of Nigeria, northern Nigeria, we often feel that Africa is for Muslims, not for Christians. It's meant for Muslims. And our social life is entirely different from the Western ways. We are totally opposed to it because it sort of try to disassociate our religious principles.
We were talking a moment ago about discrimination between white and black. Suppose Nini comes to visit you in Nigeria. Would he be discriminated against in any way?
I suppose so, simply because, for one reason. You see, we eat in a bowl. We in my home, we put a big bowl down, and you have about 3 or 4 people putting their hands all at the same time into the bowl.
There is a level of competition.
And you see, we don't allow Christians to interfere. We don't allow Christians to put their hands inside. You see, it's one of our religious doctrines. We don't allow, we're not supposed to eat with Christians in the same bowl unless we're obligated to.
Okay.
I have
After
a
on, I go talk
and
say one Nigeria. Let any bastard enter my comment section and talk about one Nigeria. This is the mindset of these people from since 1956, before the Biafra genocide. Eh?
So now say after they bust my location, Nigerians are too much. May God bless you now. I'm telling you, may God bless you now. The kind of support I don't receive, my man no fit talk. See right now, come close. I don't go by. Nigerians all they show me love. They show me love. They bless me. Say make I take replace my property. Bucket one go take the bath. This one go they put my dirty clothes. All these things now new. I don't leave all those my property for them. This one go take they wash my clothes. I don't need 2 more property. And this flower I will just put for inside the house when I did. Come closer. No capture anything for this side because of you don't understand. So
Why is that person chewing gum like that? Come on now.
they go they cool my head. You don't understand. Nigerians, God bless you now. This one a fridge. Fridge where I go take the all these things the Nigerians. All my fans for diaspora, may God bless you now. Still, may God bless you now. All my fans for Nigeria, may God bless you now. Without you now, I am nothing. See, this one a fridge. Hope so you know they capture the company name because I believe say this federal government of bandits.
So the terrorists, they invaded his home, I think it was yesterday, and destroyed everything. Okay, so he had to relocate, and that's why people were supporting him with all those things. This is on Uganda matters. When I hear say Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't confer GCON on Chaudhry. Okay.
Breaking. Tinubu confers GCON on business associate, convicted money launderer, Gilbert Shaguri. So in case you don't know, Gilbert Shaguri is a Nigerian Lebanese that has been in the Nigerian political space spanning over close to 50 years now, 40 to 50 years. This man is actually the man that was at the center of laundering money for the late Sani Abacha. In case you don't understand what we're saying. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was presumed to be the person funding Nadeco, the June 12 people that were fighting Abacha to restore democracy. And the main man that was laundering money for Abacha is currently Tinubu's godfather. In fact, he has been Tinubu's godfather for the span of since Tinubu's days in politics, from his Lagos days to today, because that man currently owns virtually VI. He owns Eco Atlantic. He owns virtually everything you see on the island. He is the landlord of Lagos. He's the Jagaban that Jagaban the Jagaban. This man called Gilbert Shaguri. You're doubting me. This man is the man that has received the biggest infrastructural project contract in the history of Nigeria. Without any bidding, without any public announcement, Tinubu gave this man the biggest project in our history, which is the so-called Lagos Coastal Highway. That project is worth $11 billion. That project is enough. The money that's in that project is enough to fix all our infrastructures in Nigeria. It's enough to build hospitals across every local government in Nigeria. It's enough to build universities across almost all the states in Nigeria. That money alone can transform Nigeria infrastructure. All our bad roads, it will fix all the bad roads across the country. Tinubu that carried that contract and gave it to his godfather. That is the man at the center of the storm right now. Tinubu has now gone further to award him the second highest honor on the land. This is a man that it is well known to have laundered money for Abacha. These are the people that are going to fight corruption in Nigeria. These are the people that you want to pay taxes to. Nigeria. We are in for a very rude shock. Honestly speaking, if you don't stand up and fight for our right. No way.
All right, so we are on our way to Kurminwali, where about 166 people were abducted, and on the way we met the military who went there, and they were coming back, and they stopped us and said, "Where are we going?" We said, "We're going there to find out what happened," and they said, "No, we can't go there." We insisted we want to go, and it was turning into something else, and they said, "No, we cannot go." They said the chairman is with them. You know, so I said, "Let me speak to the chairman," and then they now said the chairman is not with them. I wanted to talk to the sector commander who was with them, but they said no, that we just have to go back. So as you can see, we're on our way. In front of us it's one of their truck, and then behind us we have almost like 3 of their trucks coming behind, just to ensure that we don't get into the place. So we're on our way back to Kaduna.
Oh, welcome, Natu. How now? Good to see you. So apparently it's not even 160, it's increased to like about 170. All right, worshippers that were abducted during their worship. Okay, it has increased. Now the government is actively trying to deny that. They are actively trying to deny the attacks and the abduction. So if you snooze, you lose. If you keep quiet, nobody gonna know what they happen. Everybody need to put mouth for this matter, because this is insane. Insanity is what is happening in Nigeria right now. Okay, so the numbers, the names of the victims have been listed. I'm going to share the names with you guys. Nothing is going to be swept under the carpet. Let me see. Joshua, welcome. Thank you very much. Guys, please help me to like. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate that. I beg, help me to tell people to like. I beg. This is not going to be a very long video. I'm probably going to come back again so we can talk more about it. Oh, you know him personally, Natu. Wow. Okay. Plenty water. 11 billion is nothing to the Gomez, Darocha, Layeni. Tinubu couldn't have any property from beginning of Broad Street to the end. That's what Beth. I don't understand. Plenty water. Which one you did talk? I don't understand that one. No. Help me clarify. 177 exactly. Not 2. 177. I saw it somewhere. I didn't want to say 170 because I wasn't certain in my head. But I know it was more than 170. Yeah? Tinubu couldn't bully those families that own the high-rise buildings on Lagos Island, given that they are elite and educated, silent billionaires, not Dangote noise. I don't understand. Plenty water. What are you getting at? I beg, I don't get time. Let me move on. I have a couple of videos to share before I call it a day.
Good evening, Nigerians. Good evening, Americans. Good evening, lovers of peace worldwide. My name is Stephen Osemike. I am the president of Save Nigeria Group USA. I'm doing this video to react to the New York Times hit piece that was done to change the narrative and blame the Igbos for something they have no hand in. But even if they did, they are not the only voices that are speaking on the genocide of Christians in Nigeria and the genocide of other groups. It is a shame that Nigeria, we have gotten to a point where we are now arguing whose genocide is bigger. The argument is no longer there should be no genocide. No, the argument is, oh, it's not, Christians are not killed enough. Muslims are also being killed. I spoke yesterday on Channels TV on Inside Sources with my friend Laolu Akonde, and I did mention that nobody should be killed. The question around whether it's a Christian genocide or not is beside the point. But just as an antidote, yesterday we are getting reports of 100.
Okay, plenty water. Okay, got you.
Adopted in
southern Kaduna on Sunday, yesterday. In light of the entire global outcry that Christians are being targeted, these terrorists are doubling down. So when you keep arguing that there is no Christian genocide, it's not true. The terrorists are trying to prove to you.
Good. I'm happy to hear that, Natsu. They need to stand up. Communities need to be standing up. Oh.
My friend, Senator,
because I don't know. This CDS Musa guy, I don't understand. Natsu, you say the guy we want to do something before. Is he doing something now? We know they see pictures, oh. I remember you mentioned that. No, they see pictures. We need action, oh.
Is behind the bombing in Sokoto against ISIS terrorists. It is a disgrace that a paper as important as the New York Times would take money and write such rubbish. It is clearly a paid hit piece, but it has failed. I would recommend that people like the Nigerian government that has paid for the DCI team to do this nonsense should consider asking for a refund. He should ask for a refund. A low-level PRO guy in Lagos will do a better job than this trash. The gentleman that they even claim that runs Inter Society is a well-read lawyer. They didn't mention that, you know. They just mentioned he's a trader, a screwdriver salesman. He's more educated than the people who wrote the hit piece. They didn't mention his education. Save Nigerian Group USA is one of those in front of this conversation. I met last week with Congressman Riley Moore. I didn't go there to talk about the weather. Yes, it's winter in America. I went there to talk about Christian genocide in Nigeria and the genocide of other people. That's what Save Nigerian Group went to talk to him about. Because he led the CODEL, which is a congressional delegation to Nigeria. He's also appointed by President Trump to lead the investigation, working with House Appropriations Committee Chair, Representative Tom Cole. And he has come back with testimonies, first-hand testimonies, visiting the IDPs in Benue. Nigeria has IDP population upwards of 11 million. Many people are just not, we don't care enough. You know, we Nigerians, as long as he never touch us, you know, they not concern us. It took me to visit a camp in Edo during the 2024, working with Olumide Agbata, to discover that there was an IDP camp in Edo State. I did not know that 5,000 people from Borno are in Edo, in a bush. All over Abuja, there are camps, and the Minister of FCT goes about demolishing these camps to chase them away. 125,000 Nigerians are in northern Cameroon for 10 years from Goza. They are in Cameroon. They don't have food. Many of them tried trekking back and they died on the road because there is no food. The UNHCR doesn't have funding for the 120,000, 25,000 Nigerians. The genocide against Christians is not even an
even ADC is not stable. Not to he's saying ADC not stable for Kaduna.
Just Benue State alone.
Everybody must ready to rig back. As they rig, we need to rig.
In Taraba or Borno State, the epicenter.
Because this is our lives we're talking about now.
It's a country terror attack. I have witnesses from Ovia Northeast who have been driven from their homes in Edo State. And many people in Edo do not know that in Edo State, their communities have been deserted in Ovia Northeast.
Wow.
Edo. And it is the Fulani Islamic militia that are the perpetrators of these crimes. The Fulani Islamic militia. Not Boko Haram. Not ISWAP. The Fulani Islamic militia are the ones really, really targeting Nigerians, particularly from the Middle Belt downwards. And now they've got into my state, Edo. Nigerians, you have a choice. You can either play the ostrich, bury your head in the sand, and believe the lie that a screwdriver seller is why the US is acting. Or you will call it for what it is, a hogwash. The US has their own intelligence, and the Nigerian Minister of Information came out to say they gave intelligence with to the US. Of course, they will cross-reference. And they will not send Tomahawk missile based on a Google search, according to the junk that they paid $9 million for. It's a disgrace that we are now here. That our people are in IDP camps for more than 10 years. Many of them have harrowing stories. I'm working on a book project called the Bloody Christmas Trilogy Project. The first book is going to be out very soon. And the other two books are going to expose a lot of things that happen in Nigeria. We will no longer be silent. We have been silent for too long. SaveNigerianGroupUSA.org is our website. If you want to follow our work on social media, my name is Timmy Onsemige. Let us continue to speak the truth. We have factual information. This is not what you can use a hit piece.
It is the people that are more important. Exactly, Tracy. Not to. It's the people, not necessarily the candidates. If you know the candidates not there, but if the people stand against it, that's the most. Because people need to understand their powers now. Honestly, it is suicidal to allow APC to continue. Suicidal. Kiss the country goodbye if Tinubu comes in by mistake again.
Who defend terrorists?
I beg
You
go.
wonder why there's visa ban against your country. Let's stop this.
Just kiss your country goodbye, you. Oh, can't be complacent again. Cannot. Eh? Look at this woman in Osun State. She said this has happened to her several times since she moved to Osun State. Her farmland is regularly invaded by locals in her area because she's an Igbo woman. They have destroyed her equipment, stolen her generator, and vandalized her property. She says she has reported them to the police. They don't do anything. Okay? She has reported them to the police numerous times, repeatedly. They don't do anything. The case is being suppressed because she's not an indigene. She dey cry. I'm going to bring the video back later on in the day so we can talk extensively about it. Because this matter. Meanwhile, your Plateau State governor swear in Grand Kadi of Sharia court. Please spell M-U-M-U for me. Please spell M-U-M-U. Spell M-U-M-U. Oh! Sorry, Benue, Abi, Plateau people, sorry. See as the man. Oh my God. You know what hurts me the most? The indigenous themselves are weak. You are a governor of a state that they unalive your people. They want Islamicize your state. You self agree. Give them free. Anyway, wait I sabi. Make we continue. Tinubu don give Chogri GCON award. Now I already know that one.
He has gathered everybody together. How can you defeat President Tinubu? He has gathered everybody together in one basket. You can't defeat him at all. Money for money, vote for vote. 20,000 per vote. They will have the money to buy everybody. Because all the governors have war chest. They just devote 3 months allocation to settling people. And people
now they move, the people move. If he move, now the people. Now, God, I wish you understand our power as a people.
That's not the truth. I'm just being honest. No need to sugarcoat it at all. No need to sugarcoat it. We are not going to have election in 2027.
Now here.
If you ever have it, nobody can defeat Tinubu the way we are today. I don't know tomorrow. As of today, nobody can defeat President Tinubu, and because he's in control of almost 31 governors, and they all have allocations to dispense to the people, to INEC, to DSS, to police. Is that not true? Even
if
Tinubu were to just exercise the utmost wisdom of a statesman, 4 years is enough for him to be president. He has done enough. He has achieved his economic reform. So, political reform is now the front burner of the agenda. We can't continue the way we are now with 100 million naira form to run for office. So, there is a program that will terminate in October 1, a civilian program, a civil society effort. We just pray and wish that President Tinubu can look in our direction. We cannot force him. We cannot plan a military coup against him. We cannot plan a civilian coup against him. He's on the throne. Can he use his...
The same electoral process is intact. That's a big one too, though. How are we going to get around it? That's another thing. He has a treasury, which is true. So that's why I said now it's up to the people. Are the people, can they? Look at the names. Look at the list of the names. Now be this. They use Biro right now for now. See, now be this. Look at the names. Here in this one, it stopped at 177. Okay? That's it. That's it. Look at it. On New Year's Eve, Islamic Fulani is terrorists. They attacked a remote village in southern Jos State. They buy 9. This Christian Emergency Alliance went for an outreach there. He can be defeated, I agree, but the people have to match it. If the people don't recognize their power and destabilize, I don't know. Cannot go talk with him. This my small man channel when I manage to the shout on top of my voice. Make I just keep quiet. Una know wetin I mean. May I not use my mouth talk everything finish. My people, I go live and here for now, but I go surely come back. I get other matters to attend to. You know now, we dey multitask for here. But make I go attend to the other matter. We bring it back again later on in the day. Thank you so much. Tracy, I go see you later. Natu, I go see you later. Help me greet everybody for house, Natu. With the amount budgeted for INEC, it looked as if INEC was being bribed in plain sight. Of course, that's what it is. Plenty water. All right, I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.